So Norwood, Ohio is one of those unique Cincinnati neighborhoods that aren't really Cincinnati, and you probably understand this if you're from Cincinnati. If you look at it on the map, it is surrounded by all Cincinnati neighborhoods, but it is not technically a part of Cincinnati. If you look at to the west of it, you got Avondale, North Avondale. Up here is Bond Hill. If you go northeast a little bit, you got Pleasant Ridge. Over here is Oakley. If you go a little south, you got Evanston, Walnut Hills. These are all Cincinnati neighborhoods that are surrounding a region that is not technically Cincinnati.
It's not what it looks like.
Norwood is its own entity. They have their own police force, their own tax system, and function pretty much as their own city. Yet they are smack dab in the middle of Cincinnati, and it's actually a really popular place to live. If you're looking for a super convenient place to live in Cincinnati with a lot of amenities, maybe you're a young professional or a college student or maybe an employee working at one of the colleges in Cincinnati, then Norwood might be a super hot area for you. We're going to talk about everything Norwood has to offer in this video, the good and the bad. Let's get into it right now. What's up, it's Victor Pham, your Cincinnati realtor. If you're new here on this channel, we talk about all things Cincinnati, all things real estate. So if you want to know what it's like to live, work, eat, play, and chill in Cincinnati and the Cincinnati suburbs, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you don't miss any new videos as soon as they come out. I'm getting calls, texts, emails, and messages and reach outs from people all the time finding me right here on YouTube. People like you and you and you and you and you and you. All these people trying to get more information about moving to Cincinnati, Ohio, and I absolutely love it. A lot of you I've helped relocate to Cincinnati from other areas of the country and other states and buy homes right here in Cincinnati. So if you're thinking about buying or selling a home in Cincinnati or the Cincinnati suburbs, feel free to reach out to me. I'm sure I can help you too. And remember, when it comes to houses in Cincinnati, you can always call Vic. So Norwood is the most populous city in all of Hamilton County, meaning for its size, it has the most people densely concentrated into its area. It's only about 3.1 square mile radius with a population of about 19,000 people. And like I said, you're literally in Cincinnati, surrounded by Cincinnati, but you're not actually in Cincinnati, according to how the area is zoned off. I think one of the biggest reasons that Norwood is so popular is because of its location. You're like a couple minutes from the expressway in almost every direction to get to any direction you need to go. You're just a few minutes from downtown, a few minutes from uptown, and real close to both the major universities in Cincinnati, and also really close to some of the big hospitals and medical centers like Children's Hospital, UC Medical, and Christ Hospital. So a lot of students attending Xavier University, which is a private university, big basketball school, and also a medical research school, will live in Norwood, which provides a lot of student housing and amenities for those students. So Norwood is also going to be a good option for renters, being that half of the residents that live here actually rent and the other half own their home. A lot of that will come from student housing, especially when you get closer to the university parts of Norwood. The really big 3-story homes are really popular here, especially the older ones. People really appreciate the old school kind of rustic or Victorian style homes that you'll find in Norwood. I don't know why, there's just something about these, and people really do buy these up and try to preserve the look of these older homes. I want to show you exactly what I mean. I just ran a search on all the finished single family homes that sold in the last 30 days. Cheapest one was about $90,000. The most expensive one was about almost $600,000. But look at this column right here. These are the years that the homes were built, and these are selling in Norwood. Look at this: 1880, 1910, 1920s.
She's old. You can't just take her stuff. She's too old.
It's pretty much at its capacity, and I think most of the space in Norwood is pretty much occupied. So you're going to get a lot of the older buildings and older homes being renovated and replenished over and over and over. So expect that in Norwood. You'll get some of the oldest homes in the Cincinnati area. Now going down Sherman Avenue is where you'll find both Norwood High School and Norwood Middle Schools. They are right next to each other, and according to Niche, Norwood schools are pretty good. They are ranked a little above average, and with the city of Norwood being as small as it is, you won't get really long commutes to get the kids to school, which is always a plus. So right there in Norwood, you're going to have Rookwood Commons, where there's plenty of dining options, all kinds of places to shop. Norwood's also really close to Oakley, Hyde Park, Mount Lookout, downtown. So if you're looking for something to get into, you're pretty much just a hop and a skip away from everything, especially if you're there for the sports. You got Xavier University basketball, you got University of Cincinnati football and basketball right up the street as well. And it's fairly walkable, I would say. Not the most walkable compared to some less densely populated areas, but pretty walkable in most places. Montgomery Road, which is the main road running through Norwood, gets pretty busy with traffic, but if you're on a bike or take buses a lot to get around, Norwood is going to be a pretty good place for you. The only bad thing I might have to say about Norwood is maybe the road conditions. Norwood always seems to have some really rough patches of roads. Now I understand that construction takes time, but I always felt like Norwood has some of the slowest turnover times on getting roads repaired. There's some pretty rough patches once you get into the back roads. For as populated as Norwood is, maybe they can do a little better on the roads. That's just my thoughts, but hey, what do I know? I just live here. So if you're thinking about moving to a really convenient neighborhood in Cincinnati, keep Norwood on your radar. It might be right up your alley. If you're thinking about making a move to Cincinnati or buying a home here or in the Cincinnati suburbs, feel free to hit me up. I'm more than happy to help you with that. This is what I do. I love what I do. Interested in more cool videos about some great Cincinnati suburbs? Check out these videos right over here. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video, and remember, when it comes to houses in Cincinnati, you can always call Vic.